Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show. Here we go.
Right back at you with this exclusive Boston the Sauce Show right here on Who-Bangin Sports Talk. My man Wine Time, as we take a dive into this other one. Now, my guy Wine Time hit me up like, boss, we got to talk about this game right here, Virginia Tech Vanderbilt. I'm like, Virginia Tech Vanderbilt for what? You know, so I got a chance to do my homework, and I hit him back like, hey, Wine Time, this the one. I like this. I like this. I like this. So, with all due respect, we got to go over this game live together for the people. Virginia Tech at Vanderbilt, Saturday, August 31st, 9 a.m. Virginia Tech, another 13.5-point favor. This is getting out of control. Now, let's talk about Vanderbilt first since they're playing at home. Kirkley, fourth-year coach at Vanderbilt. He has 7 on offense, 8 on defense. Now, last year, he was a little upside down. He did about 22.8 points on offense, but he gave up 36.2 points on defense. So Kirkley's a smart guy. You know, he had a little bit of Notre Dame in him, and he's nice and blemished. But this is another one of those hometown hero things where, you know, because the guy went there, you know, he belongs there. You know, to me, I call it coaching there for all the wrong reasons. With Lay, I think his talents probably could do him better somewhere else because he's going to keep getting back the same old Vanderbilt in this one. Now, he does thrive at the D-line. He got 7 of 8 back, plus he added a couple transfers. He did get a little busy in the transfer pool, but last year they was plagued by injury on the D-line. This year it gets a little better. And then at the linebacker spot, his number one backer comes back, Langston Patterson. And he has the number 9 tackler with him. So he's looking good a little bit at the defensive line, at the linebacker position. But at the DB position where it counts, they're all gone and transferred, and he's trying to replace them with some transfers. So Clark Lee looking like Vanderbilt that we always see Vanderbilt. I don't see much thrills and chills out of them, even though in out-of-conference play, you know, if you look at the records, SEC does beat up a lot of schools out of conference. Sometimes even Vanderbilt gets the job done, but not so much in this case here at all. We got Brent Pryor coming back on his 3rd year. Last year, Brent Pryor did 29.5 on the offensive side, only gave up 23 and 0.9, had a lot of close wins and losses throughout the whole season, played his heart out. Getting 11 back on offense and 10 back on defense, along with your quarterback, Kyron Drones, who proved himself in 2023. That's magnificent. He has an offensive line with 5 experienced returners, plus transfers, plus very talented backups. And then on the D-line, he returns 5 of his top 8, adds transfers, JUCO players, everything. He's throwing the kitchen sink at it right here. Even with getting a lot of guys back, he's stacking them on top with transfers, and he's looking really good right here. But the coaching staff all over together looks sort of like they're making like a Penn State kind of comeback right here in this in the ACC. So you're getting like a real tough Penn State type defense and some hard-nosed running, a little bit of passing action with this offense right here with Brent Pryor. But the ceiling is high for Virginia Tech this year. I haven't seen too many teams with a lot of players coming back not do well, especially in these first games, because the ones that didn't do well usually get plagued by injury or something like that. So I kind of like what you was talking about there, Wine Time. Let the people know exactly what you've seen in this matchup right here.
Yeah, you mentioned Brent Pry coming back, and he's bringing back Kyron Drones, 6'2", 235 quarterback. Kind of took over the starting role last year for Grant Wells when he went down, and Grant Wells wasn't playing that well in the first place. Really took over this team, and he's a dual threat. He can pass the ball. He's got a big arm. He's got an NFL-type arm. He can run the ball. He can pretty much do whatever you ask him to do. They bring back the running back, Brayshaw Tootin, who led them in rushing yards with 850. He had 8 touchdowns for them last season. They bring back their trio of wide receivers for him, all big-time seniors. You know, they played a good amount of snaps together. They've been around each other for a good minute. Kyron Jones has been practicing with these guys in the offseason. I've been watching his offseason training workouts. He's with these guys. He's bringing them with him. So I'm pretty high on this Virginia Tech team. You also look at their offensive line; they improved it, and if they can give this guy protection, Kyron Jones can really compete with any other quarterback in the nation, not just in the ACC. But they also got a really their defensive line is really strong this year. They bring a lot of guys back from last year. They're deep there, so I like that as well. And so you look at the Vanderbilt side. You look at head coach Clark T. He enters year 4 for Vanderbilt. What do you really expect out of Vanderbilt? It's kind of a tough job to have over the years. They've been in the SEC. And you mentioned, you know, they usually beat those teams that are not in their conference, but not a team like Virginia Tech. I don't believe so. But they do have a quarterback battle with a kid named Nate Johnson from Utah. I saw him on a couple different depth charts, on 2 different depth charts this offseason, but I'm pretty sure that he's actually on the Vanderbilt roster and he's competing for the starting quarterback job. He came from Utah, dual threat quarterback, probably one of the more prolific runners as a quarterback in the country at this point. When Utah brought him in last year, it was really in run packages, read options. He's a dynamic athlete, but I believe he is on that roster. He's competing with a New Mexico quarterback, Diego Pavia. So that should be interesting to see. I think Nate Johnson will win that. That is something that they have going for them over there in Vanderbilt. I'm kind of surprised to see that he actually went there, but it kind of seems like he wants to play in a good conference and show his talent off. Still young, 20 years old. They also bring back their sophomore running back, Cedric Alexander. He had 505 all-purpose yards last year. He was kind of in a duo of running backs, but this should be his spot this year coming into this year. They've got a pretty decent defensive line from what I'm seeing. They've hit the transfer portal a little bit. They've got the right guys in the right spots. But in this matchup, I know it's an out-of-conference game for Vanderbilt, but I think Virginia Tech's going to have the edge in this one. I think they're playing in Vanderbilt, and they're a 13.5 point favorite for a reason. Vandy doesn't get the best turnouts. They don't really have a home crowd advantage, honestly. And they're one of the better programs. They just, over the years, they've been in the SEC, the toughest program, and they just haven't been able to get past 3 or 4 wins, and that's if they're lucky. And that's why when you look at their win total, it's at 2.5 minus 200. Vegas thinks they're going to win 3 games, and that's at the absolute most. They're not going to win this game. I think Kyron Jones shows off his ability not only in the pocket, but running as well. Like I said, he likes his receivers. Like, they're all good friends. They've all been hanging out this offseason. From what I've been seeing on social media and stuff, they're all good friends. They all want to have a big year here in the ACC. So Virginia Tech, we talked a little about it off screen. I think they're going to be one of the dark horses to win this, probably about the 3rd best team in the conference. But who knows? I see their win total at 8 right now. I don't see any reason why they don't get at least 8 wins, maybe 9, maybe 10 this season. I'm pretty high on this team going into the season.
Nice. I'm trying to find ACC champion for Virginia Tech plus 750 right now. I think that might be a good look, plus 750 Virginia Tech to win the ACC championship. Guys that play well. We've seen the Kansas States. We've seen the guys that play well knit together can go really far. And I'm not saying that they're going to be the national champions. I'm just saying they're going to win the ACC plus 750. I like that one a lot. And this one of the games right here, lay the points. Let's go. Let's lay the points. Let's run it
for
up.
a reason on the road. Virginia Tech's going to smash these guys. This is 20.
I'd probably take
points.
this one I'll take this one at 16. So get it while it's hot. Minus 13.5. Virginia Tech. Anything else you got on this one, Wine Time?
I think that's it, my brother.
That's it for me, too. We thank